Good evening. I'm Dudley the Dragon, and I'm the mascot of the Stay Inn. Please welcome your host, Matt. Good evening. No funny videos this week, just my mascot here, Dudley the Dragon. Some of you may recognise Dudley the Dragon. My daughter's Dudley Dragon. Sorry about the funny voice. Well, don't know why it came out like that. It just did. So yes, welcome to the Stay Inn. It's Friday evening, and oh, I'm speaking in the background there. Maddie's on the other computer. You've got a little button on there, Maddie, on the keyboard that does it. Yeah, so Mascot Week. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in pictures of mascots. I'm going to show some in a moment. If you want to keep on sending them through, I may be able to get some more during the interval. So yeah, let's have a look at some mascots, shall we? So let me make sure I don't press the wrong thing, or else the surprise will be ruined for later. Here we go. Yes, so we've got Team Pebbles, one of my regulars from the Stag, split over two houses. They've got multiple mascots: Daisy the cow, Llewellyn the sheep, and of course Pebbles herself. Probably glad that I'm not there, as I infamously stood on Pebbles one day in the Stag when she was hiding under a table. Sorry about that, Pebbles. Woodhill Wonder sent in their mascot. Lowdown Losers, I believe you're waiting for, is it Percy to come back? May he bring you luck. We got Maddie the Mad mascot there. Jill sent that to me. Thank you. Hope she brings you luck. And here we go, Scarlets. So Colin and Carol, and then my parents, usually a pub quiz team together, but competing against each other at the moment in separate houses. Alison and Graham, you've got Predator, or was it Pongo? Not sure. You and Ben, and then was it Matt and Lisa sent in Count Von Count, who's going to do the counting for you. So yeah, there we go.
Tell people how to send a photo.
Can I send? How do I send a photo, Malcolm? Ah yes, there are a few ways you can send a photo, Malcolm. You can either do it through our Facebook page. Hang on, here we go. Which is St. Clear Quizzes on Facebook, or you can email it to me, stclearquizzes@gmail.com. Either of those ways will get through to me pretty quickly. Pongo, is it, Graham? Thank you. Yes, so send them through. Either of those channels works really well for getting things to me. If I've got time during the break, I will get some more pictures up there. Yeah, I'm just going to keep Dudley snuggled up behind me here. Just prop him up there. Looks a bit sleepy, doesn't he? So yeah, our special mascots edition. I think you've got your mascot sorted. I'm getting glances over from Maddie about something.
Put the map down, the light's shining on it.
Apparently the map there is shining down off me. So let me remove that. There you go, it's all gone. Yes, it's a very special edition, not only for our mascots, but those of you who were watching last week, I asked for volunteers for a secret mission. So after our second round, we will have our secret mission, the premiere of it. I must say, I have had a whale of a time yesterday and today, receiving all your videos and editing them together. I just hope it has its intended surprise for all of you. Yes, absolutely blown away by your efforts, but I'll go into that later on. So, tonight's quiz. I suppose you would like to know what I will be quizzing you on. So we are going to start with an entertainment round, film, TV, that sort of thing. Then we're moving on to our topical round. It's with heavy heart that Eurovision was cancelled this year. Can I get a big ah, please? I can virtually hear you there. So we're going to do a Eurovision round. Test your knowledge on Eurovision. Those of you who came to the Stag, I think I did a Eurovision round with you before, and I've lost those questions, so there may be a few repeats, I'm not sure. I was going off memory, but hopefully I haven't repeated. Then it's our interval, and then after our interval we've got a UK place names round, and we finish off with science and nature. There you go, it wouldn't be with the Stay In quiz, without the lights flicking on and off. Oh, and of course our picture round. It's on the Facebook page, but I will show it during the interval as usual. It is 10 road signs. All I would like to know is what is the road sign? Anyone who drives, you should be getting 10 out of 10 on this one, so no excuses there. I think that is all of the waffling on that I need to do. I'm just going to check how many viewers are we on at the moment, Maddie?
42.
42 viewers, brilliant.
44.
44, we're going up as we speak. Excellent. We were a bit higher last week for our V-Day special. I'm so glad to see so many of you coming back to the stay in. Of course, Boris has said that the pubs must stay closed for a while, which means that the stay in is well and truly open for business. Shall we get round to doing a quiz? I make it a few minutes past 8 o'clock now. So as usual, can you give me some comments in the live chat to say that you are ready? And I'm presuming you can hear me by now because of the comments that have come through responding to what I've said. Let me take contact details down there. And yeah, I'll just wait for some comments. Hope you've got your lucky mascots with you. Good evening, Liz. Thank you for joining us. Notice you didn't manage to get my brother singing. It's always another time for that, isn't there? Yeah. Oh, Graham is ready. He's always on the money with the comments, isn't he? So let me get my beer. There we go. Just one is ready. Thank you very much. Any shout outs I haven't done yet? Oh, the Dream Team is ready. The Smith family is all ready. Naomi's ready. Brilliant. Loads of us ready. Let us begin. Thank you, Liz, for really trying with Chris. I shall have strong words with him next time I speak to him. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. Let's start with round one, which is 10 questions all about entertainment. Mixed bag here for you, hopefully. So, question 1. Who is the current host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Who is the current host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Question 2. What is the name of the subscription streaming service co-owned by the BBC and ITV? What is the name of the subscription streaming service co-owned by the BBC and ITV? Brilliant. Lots of names going through saying that they're ready. Looks like we've got a good crowd in tonight. Thank you very much for coming. Using a slightly different setup tonight because Maddie's got the other laptop over there so she can read the comments. Means I may be flicking my head around to see the small comments on the screen here. Anyway, should we move on to question 3? Question 3. Due to be released later this year, No Time to Die is the latest instalment in which film franchise? Due to be released later this year, No Time to Die is the latest instalment in which film franchise? Question 4 is a music question. 19, 21 and 25 were all albums released by which singer? 19, 21 and 25 were all albums released by which singer? Question 5. I don't know if Vicky is joining us tonight, but she looked at my music round a few weeks ago and said she only did musicals. So here is a musical question, if Vicky is here. So the songs When I Grow Up and Revolting Children are songs from which hit musical? The songs When I Grow Up and Revolting Children are songs from which hit musical? The ale tonight, Graham, it's more from Harbour Brewery. It is Panda Eyes. One of my little bottles that I bought the other week. Brilliant little brewery just outside Bodmin. Question 6. I'm King of the World is a famous line from which film? I'm King of the World is a famous line from which film? Of course, if you want to throw comments about what you're drinking tonight, please do. I've already seen Tribute being drunk somewhere. Who was it? Just one is drinking Tribute. Question 7. What was Disney's first feature-length animation? What was Disney's first feature-length animation? Question 8 is one to ponder over, unless you happen to know the answer straight away. Which song is officially the most played song on UK radio this century? Which song is officially the most played song on UK radio this century? Question 9 is going to be a multiple choice question for you. So, which was broadcast first, Emmerdale or EastEnders? Which was broadcast first, Emmerdale or EastEnders? And the final question in our entertainment round. Excluding guest judges, how many judges have there been on Britain's Got Talent since it first aired? Excluding any guest judges, how many judges have there been on Britain's Got Talent since it first aired? you a moment or two to discuss any answers that you have. If you are playing along with someone else, or if you're playing by yourself, if you want to talk yourself in or out of an answer, please do. And I will say go with your gut, though. Don't start changing it for the sake of it. Let me find the next round, the Eurovision round. How's it going so far, everybody? Let me know how you're doing. You know, the thought of a Eurovision round fills some people with dread, but hopefully you'll be able to get some of these right. If not all of them, you might be Eurovision fanatics, who knows? So I think, looking at the time, we'll move on to round 2, shall we? Which, as I said, is the Eurovision round. It should have been held tomorrow, but yeah, it's been cancelled. Can't imagine why. Liz is doing terrible. Oh dear, Liz. Chris no good at this. Maybe you'll do better at this round. Just one is good at talking to themselves. Know the feeling. Anyway, round 2 is our Eurovision round. So, question 1. With 7 wins, who is the most successful country in Eurovision history? With 7 wins, who is the most successful country in Eurovision history? Graham thinks he's doing alright, but we may have to see what the answers are before he can fully tell us. Question 2. Which star of the film Grease represented the UK at the 1974 Eurovision Song Contest? Which star of the film Grease represented the UK at the 1974 Eurovision Song Contest? Question 3. What was the name of Buck Fizz's Eurovision winning song from 1981? What was the name of Buck Fizz's Eurovision winning song from 1981? I'm sure lots of us remember that. Oh, I don't, it was slightly before my time. I still remember the videos of it. I'm sure we all remember the moves that came with it as well. Question 4. Liz, I'll be very disappointed if Chris does not get this one right. So question 4. In which sitcom do the lead characters sing My Lovely Horse in the Song for Europe contest? In which sitcom do the lead characters sing My Lovely Horse in the Song for Europe contest? Let me know if you get that one, Chris. Question 5. What was dropped from performances for the 1999 contest and has never been reinstated? So what was dropped from performances for the 1999 contest and has never been reinstated? It was a major change to how the performances were held. Question 6. Now I'm hoping that most of you get this one correct. Who won the 1974 Eurovision Song Contest with the song Waterloo? Who won the 1974 Eurovision Song Contest with the song Waterloo? How many of you are singing along right now? Question 7. Canadian singer Celine Dion rose to fame when she won the 1988 Eurovision Song Contest. Which country did she represent? So Canadian singer Celine Dion rose to fame when she won the 1988 Eurovision Song Contest. Which country did she represent? Question 8. Who took over from Terry Wogan as the BBC's Eurovision commentator in 2009? Who took over from Terry Wogan as the BBC's Eurovision commentator in 2009? Question 9. So in recent years, Australia have competed in the Eurovision Song Contest, despite not being in Europe. But in 1980, an African nation competed in Eurovision. What was that nation? So in 1980, an African nation competed in Eurovision. What was that nation? Oh dear, Anne, your mascot's out in the farmyard, not bringing you much luck at the moment then. There'll be the interval soon, so you can try and entice them in maybe. And the final question of our Eurovision round. The UK first won the Eurovision Song Contest in 1967 with the song Puppet on a String. Who sang the song? So the UK first won the Eurovision Song Contest in 1967 with the song Puppet on a String. Who sang the song? So that brings to an end our Eurovision round. Give you a moment again to finalise any answers before we move on to the interval and what an interval it promises to be. So, as usual, I'll have the picture round up during the interval. However, before that, we have got a special musical interlude. Just loading it up on the screen here. I think that should work. Yeah, so I asked for helpers last week for a secret mission, a musical secret mission. And within minutes, I had a volunteer in Graham to help me out. So thank you, Graham, for volunteering so quickly. Throughout the week, I have rounded up more volunteers, and we have put together a song. So In the spirit of Eurovision, and because of the current situation we're in, I thought that we would put together our rendition of the last winner of the Eurovision Song Contest from the UK. That song was from 1997, was performed by Katrina and the Waves, and the song was Love Shine a Light. So my idea was to re-perform that and to help spread a message of hope and joy in this very uncertain time. So here is what we came up with as a bunch of stay-in quizzes. Once this is finished, the picture round should come up, and then we'll have a break for 5 minutes or so to refresh our glasses. Here we go. The stay-ins rendition of Love Shine a Light.
We need to from here,
Yeah.
so I can turn this stand on.
Yeah.
You have to distance going through there.
Yeah.
With the music.
To you.
Can't hit song.
Cheers. Cheers, Graham.
So that way.
Bye.
There seems to be a problem with the sound. I'm going to try it again.
Love shine a light in every corner of my heart. Let the love light carry, let the love light carry.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Grandad.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Graham.
Happy birthday to you. Cheers. Cheers, Graham. Bye. He's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow.
For he's a jolly good fellow.
And so say all of us.
And so say all of us. And so say all of us.
He's a jolly fella, and so stay all of us.
These are greetings from Bonnie, Scotland.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Graham.
Happy birthday, Graham. Sorry that went wrong first time round. I muted the wrong thing by mistake. 5-minute break coming up. Thank you for everyone who joined in. Lovely. Okay, well, welcome back. Yeah, really sorry about that. I don't know. Well, I do know exactly what happened. Got so many controls in front of me. I muted the wrong thing. But yeah, hope you liked our little musical interlude there. Graham, thank you so much for being a good sport. Yeah, and for singing your heart out for us to begin the song there. You were the first to put your name forward, even though I knew all along we were going to be singing to you. But here is a challenge for the rest of you. If you don't want Graham's hard work to go to waste, then you can volunteer and we can actually do a Love Shine Light. If anyone is up for that, then I'm quite happy to put it all together. Not naming anybody specifically. If you want to, we can have a go at doing it. If you're not up for it, then so be it. I'll leave that up to you, my stay-inners. On that front, I've also got another secret mission planned. Doesn't involve singing, doesn't involve your face being on the internet or anything. But yeah, if you'd like to be involved in something behind the scenes for next week's quiz, just get in touch using the contact details. There you go, the Facebook page, facebook.com/St Clear Quizzes, or email is stclearquizzes@gmail.com. So just get in contact if you're up for singing. Don't know how that will go down well, or for a much more laid back secret mission for next week's quiz. Yeah, after that, oh, by the way, I should say, Graham, I've got all the videos because they've obviously had to edit bits down, and there are some other messages in there. I'll send them all over to you at some point this evening, so you can have a look at all of them. They're worthwhile looking at. Yeah, so should we do some answers to the first two rounds, and then we'll crack on with the next ones. So round one was our entertainment round. Question one. The current presenter of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is Jeremy Clarkson. Question 2. The BBC and ITV's streaming service is BritBox. Question 3. No Time to Die will be the next James Bond film. 19, 21 and 25 are all albums by Adele. Question 5. When I Grow Up and Revolting Children are from the musical Matilda. Question 6. I'm King of the World is from Titanic. 7. Disney's first feature-length animation was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Question 8. The UK's most played song on UK radio this century is Snow Patrol's Chasing Cars. Question 9. Emmerdale was broadcast before EastEnders, and there have been 7 judges on Britain's Got Talent. You've got Simon Cowell and Amanda Holden have been on all the series, and you've got Piers Morgan started off. Then we went to Michael McIntyre and David Hasselhoff, and we've got Alicia Dixon and David Williams, our current judges. So those are your 7 judges, just in case anyone tried to name them all. And then we moved to our Eurovision round. So question 1. The most successful country with 7 wins is Ireland. Question 2. The Greece star who represented the UK is Olivia Newton-John. Question 3. Bucks Fizz's song was called Making Your Mind Up. Question 4. The sitcom where the characters performed My Lovely Horse was Father Ted. Well worth a watch if you haven't. Hilarious episode. Question 5. The change to performances in 1999, they no longer used a live orchestra for the songs. It was all pre-recorded from that point. Question 6. It was ABBA who sang Waterloo. Question 7. Celine Dion represented Switzerland. Question 8. It's Graham Norton who took over from Terry Wogan. Question 9. The African nation that competed in 1980 was Morocco. And question 10, Puppet on a String was sung by Sandy Shaw. So I'll give you time to just mark up those answers and get yourselves ready for the next round, which is our UK place names round. I hope you managed to top up your beers or whatever you're drinking. I'm just going to take the contact details off. There you go. I'm just looking through the comments that have come through. Oh, we're talking about the song. There you go. Vicky, glad you liked the musical question. Put in for you there. Yes, welcome to Slade Park Sinners who are here by now. Thank you. Yeah, let's move on to round 3. UK place names. Okay, so question 1. What is the only UK place name to have an exclamation mark in it? What is the only UK place name to have an exclamation mark in it? Oh, I should have said, if you want to let me know how you did on the first 2 rounds, please throw them into the live chat comments there. Question 2. In which country of the United Kingdom would you find the UK's longest place name? In which country of the United Kingdom would you find the UK's longest place name? Eight and 7 for Graham in that round, and Robis for just 1. Well, I always say just 1. The winner is whoever is having the most fun, so I hope you're having the most fun. 16 for the Slade Park Sinners, well done. Question 3. In which English county would you find the village of Beer? In which English county would you find the village of Beer? Talking of beer, cheers. Maddie's celebrating something. Have you beaten somebody's score?
Colin, I never beat them in their quizzes.
Oh, Maddie's made up, Colin, because she's seen that she's beaten you at the moment, and she's never beaten you when she's been to a Bantam Arms quiz. And there you go. Question 4. Okay, the Scottish Gaelic name for which island is the letter I? And that makes it the shortest place name in the UK. The Scottish Gaelic name for which island is just the letter I? And that makes it the shortest place name in the UK. So I'm after the name of the island here. Oh, 8 and 9 for Mum and Dad. Oh, 1 point ahead at the moment of the scores I've seen. Right, question 5. I've got 2 options on this one, which one I was going to do. So I'm going to go for this one. What is the only British city to have the word "and" as part of its title? Which is the only British city to have the word "and" as part of its title? And I don't mean the letters A-N-D somewhere within the name. The word "and" is in the name. Don't think I'm pleasing Liz tonight. Maybe that's because you didn't sing for me. Question 6 is an anagram. So, elf stab is an anagram for which UK city? Elf stab is an anagram for which UK city? Okay, question 7. Bit of a locals question here. So if you're joining us from nowhere near St Clear here in Cornwall, this may be a little bit harder for you than the locals. What is the Cornish word for Cornwall? What is the Cornish word for Cornwall? I should say at this point, thank you to Pete who offered to look through the quiz for me and check it over. So thank you, Pete, for doing that. You couldn't join us this week, but if you do catch up, thank you very much. I'll try and remember to thank you next week if you're joining us. Question 8. Here's one to take a guess at. Which village in Perthshire is twinned with the town of Boring in Oregon, USA? So which village in Perthshire is twinned with the town of Boring in Oregon, USA? And it's a great pairing there to go with Boring. Okay, question 9. You might want to write these place names down. So we've got Glen Elg in the Highlands and Notton in Yorkshire. I'll spell those for you. Glenelg, Glenelg, and Notton, Notton. So Glenelg and Notton are among only 5 place names in the UK to be a what? Glenelg and Notton are among only 5 UK place names to be a what? And finally, question 10. What is the last UK city alphabetically? What is the last UK city alphabetically? So that brings that round to a close. Probably the hardest round according to Pete. But he still thought it was good enough for everyone to have a go at. Okay, and just give you a few seconds to sort yourselves out before we move on to our final round. Lots of people scoring higher in the Eurovision round than in the entertainment round, which is good to see. We're all secret Eurovision lovers, aren't we? Okay, should we move on to the final round, which is our science and nature round? Okay, just get myself comfortable there. Okay, so science and nature, question 1. Which scientist wrote about the 3 laws of motion? Which scientist wrote about the 3 laws of motion? Just one. There should have been 10 questions in that round. Maddie, did I do 10 questions? Yeah.
I've got 10.
You must have missed something in there, just one. You can rewind the live stream if you want to see. Yeah, so hopefully you figure out it. If not, just send me another message and we'll see if we can sort you out somehow. This is where, being in a pub, you could just shout at me and I could come over. Anyway, on to question 2 of this round. Igneous and sedimentary are 2 of the main types of what? Igneous and sedimentary are 2 of the main types of what? No, it's a different Pete, not Pete from Pentraeth. Just one. If you want to take a picture of your answer sheet and send it to me, I may be able to have a quick look and let you know which one you may be missing, if I can work out. Okay, question 3. In the equation E equals mc squared, E signifies energy, m signifies mass. What does c signify? In the equation E equals mc squared, E signifies energy, m signifies mass. What does c signify? Question 4. Which spider derives its name from the fact that the female eats the male after mating? Which spider derives its name from the fact that the female eats the male after mating? Oh, sorry to hear that, just one. Might be a crucial question for you. Where are we? Question 5. What is the chemical symbol for iron? What is the chemical symbol for iron? Question 6. What gas do all fuels need in order to burn? What gas do all fuels need in order to burn? Question 7. Edward Jenner developed the vaccine for which disease? Edward Jenner developed the vaccine for which disease? Pop quiz favourite there. Question 8. What is the name for a female donkey? What is the name for a female donkey? Well, I bet it is every male who is joining in with this quiz wishes they weren't this spider. Question 9. Colin and Carol, this should be right up your street. Where in the body would you find the cuboid bone? Where in the body would you find the cuboid bone? And finally, in the quiz this week, question 10 in the Science and Nature round, which planet is closest to the Sun? Which planet is closest to the Sun? So that concludes our questions for the evening. Though I have got a tiebreaker. I keep forgetting to ask the tiebreaker. I'll make sure that I do it this week. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll put the picture round back up just for a couple of minutes before I come back with the answers to, first of all, the picture round, and then rounds 3 and 4. So here we go, picture round coming up, and I'll speak to you again in a couple of minutes. Hello, I'm back again. Just discussing a few things with Maddie about the quiz there. So let's do some answers, shall we? Now, the road signs here, which all drivers should be getting 10 out of 10 on. When I put the words on for the answers like I normally do, it looked too busy. So I'm just going to read you the answers to these ones. So I'm going to start with the top line of the triangles, going from left to right. So we've got in the top left a zebra crossing. Then we've got roadworks, road merging in from the left, and a tunnel. And then the bottom line, again left to right, we've got end of a motorway, bicycles prohibited. Then lower down the blue one, that is no stopping, no waiting. Then we've got no vehicles over 2 meters wide. My favourite road sign, no vehicles carrying explosives. And finally the blue 30 is minimum speed of 30 miles per hour. So those are your UK road signs. I'm hoping we all got 10 out of 10 on that round if you're a driver. Just looking for a thumbs up over there.
I haven't marked yours and I'm waiting for you to check them.
Oh, I've got to adjudicate on Maddie's. Anyway, here's my ugly mug. There we go. So rounds 3 and 4. Let's do some answers. I'm having comments going through that actually the place names was one of the easier rounds, despite Pete saying it's one of the hardest. All depends what you know, isn't it? It's only easy if you know the answer. So UK place names, question 1. The only UK place name to have an exclamation mark in it is Westward Ho. The longest place name you would find in Wales, quite close to where I grew up on Anglesey. Question 3. The village of Bere is in Devon. Question 4. The Scottish Gaelic name for Iona is I. So it's the shortest place name in the UK. Second shortest is a village in Dumfries and Galloway, AE. There you go. Question 5. The only British city to have the word "and" in its name is Brighton and Hove. Question 6. Elf Stab is an anagram of Belfast. Question 7. The Cornish word for Cornwall is Curnow. Question 8. The village in Perthshire, which is twinned with Boring, is Dull. Dull and Boring. I'll say it in a minute for you, Colin. I'm trying to get through the answers. Question 9. Glenelg and Notton are 2 of the UK's 5 place names which are palindromes. So they're the same spelt forwards and backwards. The other 3 are all villages called I. E-Y-E. And the last UK city alphabetically is York. Yeah, so the longest place name, I thought I'd get to another round, as soon as I drew up close by, is Llanfair Pwllgwyngyll, Gogeryll, Windrobwll, Llantysilio, Gogogoch. 57 letters in it. Learn to say it, it's a great party piece. Maddie spent ages learning it, and can still do it. Haven't quite taught Indy and Keen to do it just yet. Question 4 is the science and nature round. So round 4, question 1. The scientist who wrote about the 3 laws of motion was Sir Isaac Newton. Question 2. Igneous and sedimentary are 2 of the main types of rock. In the equation E equals mc squared, c signifies the speed of light. Question 4. The spider, which derives its name from the fact that the female eats the male after mating, is a black widow. The chemical symbol for iron is Fe. Question 6. All fuels need oxygen in order to burn. Edward Jenner first created the vaccine for smallpox. As Colin put in the chat there, I was going to mention it. You got there first, Colin. It was yesterday was the anniversary of him first doing it, which is why it's a bit of a topical question. Question 8. The name for a female donkey is a jenny. Question 9. The cuboid bone is in the foot. And 10. The closest planet to the sun is Mercury. So there are your answers for tonight. If you would like to just total up what you have got, mark yourselves out of 50. Judging by the comments, I think we're in for a high scoring week from some of you, which is excellent. So just while you're doing that, let me please say once again thank you for joining us at the Stay In this week for our weekly virtual pub quiz, and a huge thank you to everybody who contributed to the Love Shine a Light / Happy Birthday to Graham song. If anyone does want to help out doing a real attempt at Love Shine a Light, please let me know. Don't know whether we'll get enough or not. We'll see. And of course there is another secret mission to help with next week's quiz, which doesn't involve any singing or showing your face, but if you'd like to get involved, just let me know. Contact details are here. So yes, lots of scores coming in. So what have we got? We've got Liz is on 38. Well done, Liz. Slade Park's in as 43. Graham's on 44. Are we going to let him win when it's his birthday? Or birthday tomorrow, I should say. Danny's on 31. Smith family and Heather and Irene are on 36. Well done. Where we got 37 Woodhill Wonders, 36 from Ludan Losers, 43 for Colin. Amy and the Dream Team are on 35. Vicky's on 36. Loads of good scores coming in. Do we need a tie break? I think we do. What have we got? Oh, 40 from the team from Lisgard Bookshop coming in there. Right. Oh, glad you did much better on those 2 rounds, just one. Just in case you need a tiebreaker with any teams that you're playing along with, or just for fun, let's throw some comments in the live chat with this and see who gets closest as well. So, to the nearest million, how many people worldwide watched the 2019 Eurovision Song Contest? To the nearest million, how many people worldwide watched the 2019 Eurovision Song Contest? Jill, you should not be saying oh dear with a score of 32. Anything over half marks is good in my book. So there you go. We've got Team Natalie is on 43. Mum and Dad are on 39. Ashamed of their road signs. Oh dear. I don't know if I'll ever get in a car with you again. Oh, Liz's score has increased to 73. Well done, Liz. Oh no, 73 million. Here we go. Right, let's see what you're putting. Maddie, have you got a score, an answer you want to put forward for how many people watch? 63 million people watch Eurovision, says Maddie. She's written it down there, I can see it. I'll give you a few more seconds. How many people watched Eurovision last year to the nearest million? Oh, Colin's going high. 515 million. Smith family, Heather and Irene, 180 million. Graham and Alison can't decide on 127 or 65 million. Well, the answer we have got a very, very close answer. Lights have gone off for it. The Smith family, Heather and Irene, with 180 million. The actual answer is 182 million people watched Eurovision last year throughout Europe. It's also broadcast Australia, New Zealand, Canada, lots of other places as well. So yeah, 182 million people watched Eurovision last year. There you go. Oh, just had a few others coming quite close as well. Yeah, so that's the end of this week's quiz. I hope you've enjoyed your weekly visit to the Stay Inn. We will be back next week because we're still in lockdown with the pubs closed. Yeah, I hope you had a good quiz. Please get in contact if you want to partake in any of our secret missions. This may become a bit of a theme for us. Next week, lots of requests for silly hats. So I know the Tulks have done this already, but lots of other people want to. So silly hats next week. I will see you same time, same place. And I shall sign off. I think there's only one way to sign off this week, isn't there? So here we go with me signing off. I'll see you next week.
Love, shine a light in every corner of my heart. Let the love light carry, let the love light carry.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Grandad.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Graham. Happy birthday to you.
Cheers. Cheers, Graham. Bye. He's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
He's a jolly good fellow.
And so say all of us.
And so say all of us. And so say all of us.
He's a jolly fella, and so stay all of us.
These are greetings from Bonnie, Scotland.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Graham.